morning. Buenos dias. My name is Karina Cardoza and I'm the Director of Public Affairs for Hidalgo County, and I would like to welcome you to this groundbreaking ceremony for Sunflower Park. It's a beautiful day. Thank you all for being here. We're grateful to have the tent over our heads and it's a nice cool breeze. And soon this whole landscape will be transformed and there will be a beautiful park with playscapes for the kids, walking trails, and a lot of fun and recreational activities. So once again, thank you so much for being here. We're going to start the agenda, and at this time I'd like to ask Ms. Genesis Nava, who you may know. She appeared on America's Got Talent. We're very proud of our young representative from Elsa, Texas, and she's here today to sing the national anthem. Ms. Genesis.
Can everybody stand?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light when so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and our home of the
Wow, thank you. Please remain standing for our invocation given by Pastor Victor Ramirez from Iglesia Vino Nuevo here in San Carlos.
Buenos días a todos. Esta mañana vamos a hacer una oración para comenzar estos trabajos. Salmo 127, verso 1 dice: si Jehová no edificare la casa, en vano trabajan los edificadores. Y queremos que Dios sea el centro de todo este parque, donde habrá alegrías, donde habrá muchos niños, y que Él guarde siempre este parque. Le invito a inclinar su rostro y oramos. Bendito Dios y buen Padre que estás en los cielos, en esta hermosa mañana, Señor, le damos muchas gracias por la oportunidad que nos permite de reunirnos en este lugar, Padre. Gracias por las autoridades, Señor, que han tomado parte, Señor, en este tiempo para, Señor, dar inicio a este parque. Señor, en la construcción que se va a llevar a cabo, pedimos de su guianza, pedimos de su ayuda, pedimos, Señor, que multiplique los fondos, que bendiga a las personas que van a donar, Señor, que van a trabajar, y guarde la vida de cada uno de los que van a estar participando en este trabajo. Padre, en esta mañana le damos muchas gracias y pedimos de su bendición para todo este proyecto, Señor, que se va a llevar a cabo. Lo ponemos en sus manos, en el nombre del Padre, del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. Amén. Dios les bendiga.
Thank you. You may be seated. So, on behalf of Hidalgo County, we would actually like to thank Commissioner Joseph Palacios, Precinct 4, for his vision, which is going to be made into a reality with the help of a lot of partners in making this land into a beautiful park in the near future. At this point, I would like to take the opportunity to recognize some of those elected officials and partners that are here with us and are making this possible. We have with us today board member from Edcouch Elsa Independent School District, Mr. Eusebio Nava. Thank you for coming. We also have, representing the Hidalgo County Judge, Ramon Garcia, Mr. Bobby Villarreal. And we would like to recognize some of the partners who are actually going to be doing the work, making this possible. We have the architect, representing the architect Mata and Garcia, Hector Garcia. And the engineer is Lefevre Engineering with Milo Salinas representing Richard Lefevre. We would also like to recognize Ms. Diana Sedna, who's the director of the Hidalgo County Urban County Program, who is dedicating and contributing funds to make this park possible. At this point, I'd like to introduce Ms. Alicia Rodriguez. She's the director of San Carlos Community Resource Center. And she's going to be recognizing some of the partner organizations and nonprofit organizations. Ms. Alicia.
First of all, Commissioner, thank you for making this a reality for the community of San Carlos and the surrounding areas. But we all, at the center, we work together with a lot of partners, and at this time, I would like to recognize you and say thank you to you. Copperfield Church out of Houston, Texas, Troy Rollins. Catholic Church of Rio Grande, Sister Norma Pintel. Boys and Girls Club of Rio Grande, Sabrina Walker. UTPA Health Science Center of San Antonio, Dr. Deborah Parra. The University of Texas Penn College of Health Science and Human Services Border Health Office, Doreen Garza and Trini Soto. Team Project, Maria Cordeno. Avance, Aurora Casas. Texas A&M GED Program, Rosa Ortega. Texas A&M Colonias Program, Laura Treviño and Mary Leal. Region 1 of Edinburg, ESL Classes, Martin Cuellar. Partner Organization, Javier Pérez, Diego Silva, Jorge Zapata. National Latina Institute of Reproductive Health, Lucy Felix. Women's Health Institute of South Texas, Sandra Baker. K at Forward 316, Rudy Correrna. Asociación Libertad Unitaria, el señor Luis Cárdenas. Migrant Health Promotion, Elida Pérez, Linda Medrano. Lupe, Juanita Valdez Cox, Chris González, and Marta. Arise, Esperanza Briones. Cobb, Eni Seguda, Texas A&M Extension, Agri Live Extension, Yolanda Rios. Thank you very much to these different organizations that participate in one form or another in the community. And I want to thank you very much for being a partner and with us on a daily basis. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. I would also like to recognize from North Alamo Water Supply, who's being instrumental in helping with the infrastructure here for the park, Mr. Steven Sanchez. Now, at this time, before the Commissioner gives his remarks, we would like to give the opportunity to our very talented Ms. Genesis Nava to sing a few songs for this ceremony. Genesis is joined by her father, Ruben Nava, and her family over here. Thank you so much for coming.
Just want to say good morning to everybody. We're very happy to be here and be a part of this. It's a historic moment for our community, San Carlos area, even the Delta area. We're very grateful for this opportunity for our kids more than anything. And so we're just very happy to be a part of it. And Genesis was part of America's Got Talent, and she was on the show about 2 weeks ago. She represented our Rio Grande Valley the best way that she could, and we just want to sing a couple of songs for y'all this morning.
I don't need a lot of things. I can get by with nothing. But all the blessings I could bring, I've always needed something. But I've got all I want, and when it comes to loving you, you're my only reason. You're my only truth. I need you like water, like breath, like rain. I need you like mercy from heaven's gate. And there's a freedom in your arms that carries me through. I need you. You're the hope that moves me to courage again. Oh yeah, yeah. You're the love that rescues me when the cold winds rain. And I can't turn back now, 'cause you brought me too far. I need you like water, like breath, like rain. I need you like mercy from heaven's gate. And there's a freedom in your arms that carries me through. I need you. Oh yes, I do. I need you like water, like breath, like rain. I need you like mercy from heaven. And there's a freedom in your arms, and it carries me through. I need you. Oh yes, I do. I need you. Oh yes, I do. I need you.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you, Ruben and Genesis, for sharing your talents with us on this day. Give them one more round of applause. I would like to recognize at this moment our Honorable Sheriff Lupe Trevino, who joined us today. Sheriff, thank you for coming. And now we can hear from our Commissioner here for Precinct 4, Joseph Palacios.
Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. I'm very, very humbled by the attendance we had this morning. We were afraid of what the weather would do. Obviously, the weather was beautiful. God bless us with the wonderful, wonderful weather. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but I'm certain you still got the blessing to be able to hear Genesis and her father perform for us today. And I really appreciate them for being here with us today. I do want to thank Karina Cardosa. She's with the county judge's office. She's been with us at several events. She's always does a remarkable job. Matter of fact, she's from the Delta area, and her heart has always been in this community. Every year at the tail end of the summer, with her group and a bunch of partners, we're obviously servicing the kids with new backpacks, shoes, and I can't thank you enough, Karina, for obviously always having your heart here in this community. I also want to thank Pastor Ramirez. We have worked closely together. He's been with the center. He's helped a lot of families. Him and his church has worked hard for those that are in need. There's been some donations of some homes, and they really do a good work. Their heart is here. They've been amazing partners along with various others that are here. We have several church. I know Copperfield's here, Buckner. A lot of the groups that Alicia mentioned earlier have been our partners in this area. And when I started two and a half years ago, I really felt my heart was here. There was such a great need for infrastructure. We have done that in the last few years with drainage. We've improved our roadways in this area. And the last but not least, we knew that the quality of life has always been an issue. We've always had to bring systems, improvements that are going to help improve the quality of life for our families here in this area. I'm happy, and that's the reason why we're here. I'd like to also acknowledge the elected officials that are here. I see the sheriff is here, and we have other people here that are. I see Omar Maldonado here as well, and Mr. Molina is here as well. They're interested in serving for our community. I'd like to say that it's those. I remember the times where I was out in the streets, and I'd come out here in the community of San Carlos, and I really wanted to understand what the issues were. And I want to thank the people who have received me very, very well. I was not born and raised in San Carlos. I was born and raised in Edinburg. But I'll tell you, my heart is here, and it's been here, and it's not leaving. We continue to focus on how we can continue to improve the community. One thing that I learned out of coming in the area, we have over 6,000 residents in the immediate San Carlos La Blanca area. And in that area, it's quite larger than some of the incorporated cities around in the Delta area and some of the other areas. So in fact, we take a big, it's a fiduciary duty for us to ensure that the needs are met here in the community, and we're working every day to do so. I do want to acknowledge the kids and the families of the area, those that have come here for this historic event, for us to be beginning a project that we've wanted to do for the last couple of years. I want to acknowledge the kids. I know they're all here. We wanted to make sure we had this groundbreaking ceremony before they went back to school, because we wanted them to know and talk amongst their friends of what's coming to their area. I do want to acknowledge Ernesto here sitting in the front row, and I want to have him come up here real quick. Ernesto, when I first toured the San Carlos community, I came across this young man, and I realized one thing, that he just lost his father. And it was a tough time for Ernesto, and it just seemed like the conversation we kept having was not just, I had recently lost my father a couple of years ago, and matter of fact, that was the reason why I decided to run. So we had something in common. We both lost our fathers, and after a long conversation, the one thing he really wanted to see was a park. And I promised him over about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, that we would be building a park in this area. And I'd like to present Ernesto and him be part of this process. But we look forward to having him cut the ribbon when we first build it. And I'm just happy to see him here in the audience. I've been in office for 2 years, 7 months. I take my job serious. I mentioned the timing is time's important. Time is a precious commodity. We don't have enough of it. Once it passes, it's long gone. I've always thought in what my grandfather used to tell me every day. He used to say, "En su vida, cada día, every day counts. Make it matter. Make sure that you earn today." And that's what I've taken my elected post, is to earn every day that I have. To make sure that we're doing the right job that needs to be done. To make sure that we're working with our partners and listening to our people and what their needs are. I continue to do that every day, and that was the birth of this project. I went to the San Carlos Community Center, and I realized we could only service half of the kids that went there. It really bothered me, because I think that every child should have the opportunity to go somewhere and have a place to play, to have a place to be taught. And so that's the reason why we're here. It was the drive that I got, that I personally had to serve, and alongside with the need of having these kind of facilities for our kids. As we continue on, I do want to. They handed out some annual reports. It's a testament of some of the work that we're doing, because primarily what we do here has been road infrastructure, drainage, and a lot of our services. The one thing I prize most on is our partners. What we've been able to do with partners, we've been able to really make a monumental difference. quite soon you'll see a new highway system, Highway 68, that's going to come right here just near the Y. It's going to give you access to be able to take a freeway system or highway system 283 and up to 281. That's going to be built in 2 years. Our staff has been working really, really hard with the state to make sure we get those state dollars that we need to come help put San Carlos La Blanca on the map. So I want to thank the state. They appropriated $68 million for that project. The other thing is, where we're standing, this is one of 2 groundbreakings we're going to have. Right now we're groundbreaking for the park. The other thing that we're going to be building on site is going to be a brand new community center. We're going to build a site that we can service every child that we have in this area. We're going to build a site where our partners can come and work with us to serve our community. I look forward to doing that. We're projecting a groundbreaking for that facility within the next month. But I do definitely want to thank all our partners for being a part of that, the process. I see Urban County here. They've been an instrumental piece who is pretty much helping us fund almost 100% of the park improvement that we're going to be doing. The other ones, I want to acknowledge every staff member. If all my staff can please raise their hands and please be recognized. What we're doing is working smart. We're making sure that every dollar we get, we're using it to build the systems ourselves. I got a lot of talented staff. We build roads, we build everything here. They're going to be building this park all together with the help of our partners, with the guidance of our partners, and with the help of Urban County. But I definitely want to give the thanks. I see Marcos. I see all my staff here. Marcos, Chris, every one of y'all. I see Steve. Steve is Steve, of course. Steve is our director for our roads, bridges, and parks. He's been pretty instrumental in helping all our staff kind of get started on what the plan should be for this park. Let me just talk about the park real simply. We're going to groundbreak today. In the next coming months, you're going to see a lot of stuff happening on this site. We're going to add park facilities. We're going to add walking trails, picnic shelters, pavilions, the CRC Center, ball fields. We're going to have every type of an amenity that a city park has, because our kids deserve that, and we want to make sure we give them that. So I want to thank Steve and all the staff. It was simply our vision. The ones that have helped us were our professionals. We have Garcia Mata here, and we have Lefebvre Engineering here. They and North Alamo Water. I want to recognize them. Had it not been for them, they've given us all the alternatives to figure out how we're going to put sewer and water in this area at the least amount of cost. And they've been a heck of a partner. Traditionally, it would have cost us a lot more to be able to take the ultimate route. They gave us a contingency route, and we're able to. Nothing's going to hinder us from building this park. But I definitely want to thank North Alamo Water. In closing, I just want to say we're happy to be here. We're happy to see you all here. We're going to be even more happy to open this park. I want to thank everybody that attended today. God bless every one of you all. And I look forward to opening this park with you guys. Thank you very much.